What are some of your most superior memories you have with this team?
So one of the biggest memories that I can remember was, first playing football in kindergarten.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Week 5 pregame show. It's homecoming week for the Eagles as the Lebanon Yellow Jackets are visiting them here in Nixa, Missouri. We are here located in the new facility for all the sports here at Nixa Athletics. It's the Apex, actually. It's really nice here indoor. You see the football team. They'll be practicing behind us while we have this pregame show. But Nixa's going in this game 4-0. They had a strong outing last week against Carthage, especially in the second half, where they scored 3 touchdowns in the third quarter to propel them to the win. And Lebanon's coming in this game 2-2 after a big win last week. So these teams, obviously, Lebanon has some good history. They have some players that are actually in the NFL, and Nixa recently has their very strong records that they have had in the past. Carter, what are your thoughts going into this week?
It's going to be another great game. 5 great games in a row. Lebanon has had more success than they had last year. Last year, around this time of the season, they were 1-3. Now they're 2-2. Their coach said that they've shown signs of improvement, and all the seniors that left, those spots have been filled in by some of those up-and-coming guys. So it'll definitely be a game to look forward to. Both teams have played Joplin and Webb City. Both teams have beaten Joplin, but Lebanon lost to Webb City 20-20. But that just shows how good of a team Lebanon could be. They beat Joplin, who's a really good opponent, and then they almost beat Webb City, who's also a really good opponent. So it'll be another great matchup and another test for Nixa.
Yeah, Webb City, obviously, they competed with Nixa. They looked really strong, especially on the ground game. But back to these two teams, they've played once, and that was last year where Nixa dominated 56-12. But that was while Lebanon had running back Jackson Glendon, and he was their main source of offense. I think it was the whole first quarter last year. They just ran the ball with him, and it was 6-0 by the end of it because they just chewed up all the clock. So they'll be without him this year, though. They have lots of players stepping up. Like you said, we talked to Coach Christian of the Yellow Jackets, and he is a Nixa alumni, and talked about how he expects guys to step up going into this week. He has the motivation that, not that it's their homecoming week necessarily, that you're trying to knock off this team that scheduled you as their homecoming game. You get the opportunity to play players of college level like Jackson Cantwell and Jaden McCaster and other players. You get the opportunity to play one of the best teams in the state, and that's something he wants his guys to look forward to this week. Now, talk about a little bit of those offensive players there, and we'll talk about the offense as a whole now. Adam McKnight last week had a pretty good game, threw that touchdown to Randy Flint, and then should have had another one, but just out of the hands of Scholar Brown. But he's been looking a lot better these past couple weeks.
Yeah, and not to mention, also our defense has improved a lot, as we've seen. They did quite a great job, especially with that 93-yard pick six from Randy Flint. 1 touchdown on offense, 1 touchdown on defense. And overall, I think our D-line looked a lot better than the past few weeks. We were getting more and more consistent stops, especially in that first quarter. While, yes, it was low scoring, we were able to stop those drives from Carthage. And we didn't really let them score until we had quite a bit of a lead and, put in some of those JV guys in. So it definitely has improved, and that's great to see from a great team like Carthage.
Yeah, and you talked about Randy Flint there. I think he's got to be a guy that Lebanon has to watch. He played a majority of the offensive snaps, I felt like, last week. It seems like he was in all the time. He had a touchdown on offense and defense. He was everywhere for Nixa. He had a couple catches in there as well, but he has been an X factor for Nixa last week, and really his whole Nixa career. You said the defensive line, they've improved a bunch. Their run defense got a lot better on the front, setting the edge, being able to get off blocks quick. And really just defensively as a whole, they have improved a lot as a group. Now, but back to what I was saying about the offense, the passing game. At the end of that first half, whenever they had that field goal to go into halftime, the passing game looked a lot better. They were running kind of a tempo offense. We see a lot of quarterbacks striving that nowadays in really all levels of today's game. I think maybe they need to lean more towards that with McKnight. He was able to get Owen Locke in stride, Scholar Brown in stride, and lots of other receivers.
And not to mention that connection between Carter Mabe and Adam McKnight as well. Carter Mabe didn't have a touchdown last game, but the past 3 games, he's totaled 4 touchdowns as well. And you have reliable receivers such as Owen Locke and Scholar Brown, who had that close catch there in the corner of the end zone. And one thing me and Brady kind of brought up there, he caught it with his body more than his hands. And that's something that can be easily worked on. But now, to the ground game, Jaden McCaster had 3 touchdowns last week. He tore up Carthage's run defense. And it was definitely a great thing. And one thing to watch out for was the Wildcat formation. I believe 2 of his touchdowns came from the Wildcat formation. So that'll definitely be something that Lebanon needs to look out for, because they know that he's going to run up and straight barreling towards the end zone.
Yeah, and on those touchdowns, it was really his vision and his ability to just bounce off tackles that helped him score. He got the ball immediately, saw the hole, and shot through it. There's a defender there, but he's able to bounce off the tackle, keep his balance. He moves laterally whenever he needs to, and then he quickly bursts upfield, and that's exactly what you want out of your running back. Now, talking about Lebanon a little bit, we asked the coach, who are some of those key guys you want to look for? And the first thing he brought up was his whole offensive line. They've been a huge factor for Lebanon and for the Lebanon Yellow Jackets this year, especially in the run game, as we know they love to do. They've got a new running back coming up as well, and that offensive line has helped them a ton there. And he also praised his defense as well, going against a good team like Joplin and coming in and winning overtime. He talked about how much they stepped up and they were able to get the job done for their team there.
Yeah, Lebanon has definitely looked a lot improved from last year, even though, like Brady said, losing some players here and there, they definitely seem like a worthy opponent for Nixa. I mean, they're one of those teams that has come to the COC recently, and they're showing signs of improvement and adaptation into a new climate such as the COC, which is arguably one of the best conferences in Missouri. It's definitely a very difficult conference, and so far Lebanon has slowly but surely started to adapt to that.
Yeah, and Coach Christian touched on that a little bit whenever we were interviewing him. He said that the COC is one of the more dominant conferences in Nixa in Missouri, and they get the privilege to play in that, and it's a big honor for them. And we talked about the atmosphere of Nixa that you're going into, and he said Nixa has maybe the best atmosphere in the COC. So he talked about keeping his guys disciplined, having a good motivation. That's one of the main things going into this week. You got to be motivated to walk in there and knock off this Nixa team and compete all you can. But just to wrap it up here, these two teams, like you said, Lebanon's 2-2. Coach Christian said that's an improvement from last year. So obviously they're doing something right this time. Last year they were 1-3. Nixa is 4-0. They're trying to defend their territory on this homecoming week. The game will be Thursday. So we will see you guys then, and see you guys in the booth.
I'm DK Nelson. Thank you for watching the Nixa pregame show. This is the 2-minute drill. I'm here with one of the Nixa student section leaders, Maddox Gibson. Maddox, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
I'm pretty good. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to ask my first question, and when I do, 2 minutes is going to start on the clock.
Yes, sir.
All right, so Maddox, obviously, homecoming game. What's that kind of added energy going into homecoming?
You know, it's homecoming. We don't want anybody to beat us. I mean, it's a big night, and we got to go out and show out what we're going to do.
And with that big energy, you don't want anyone to beat us on homecoming. When you're on the field, you played last year, what's the kind of feel when the crowd's getting loud, getting rowdy, all of that?
You know, it's just like, you just got to, I mean, what I was always taught is just like, don't let that get to you. I mean, you just kind of focus on the game, but being out in the crowd now, I mean, you want to be loud. It gets the defense thinking, and it's a big environment for sure.
Yeah, and during a home game, does that kind of add a little bit of energy to you when you're playing?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, you got to think, you got your boys behind you. I mean, they're loud, and you want them to be loud too. So it's good.
Yeah, and after a big play, when the crowd goes crazy, from a fan perspective in the stadium, say we know we've got a lot of fans watching online, what's the feel like firsthand?
You know, it's just crazy. It's a different type of feel. It's hard to explain, but when they're loud, and it's hype, it's fun for sure.
Kind of you got to be there to get the experience to understand it
sure.
fully.
Yeah, no, it's a different environment whenever, especially when a big play goes on, it's different.
All right, and as we come to the end of our 2 minutes here, when the homecoming game comes, what do you want to see most out of the student section and out of the fans in general?
I just want them to be loud. I mean, it's homecoming night, so we definitely got to show out, show up, and be loud for sure. So
All right, Maddox, thank you, and we'll see you at the game.
Yes, sir.
I'm Zoe Ward here with the Senior of the Week.
Urban Arnold.
As a senior this year, you have been with this team for many years. What are some of your most superior memories you have with this team?
So one of the biggest memories that I can remember was, one, first playing football in kindergarten.
Yeah.
That was super fun. And then going to state last year.
Right. So you've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah, 13 years. Yeah, long time.
Wow. Okay, so what are some goals you have this season, like, along the way?
Winning state this year.
Yeah.
Definitely. And then also being like the best person that I can be for
Yes.
my teammates and stuff too.
Right. I love to hear that. Are there you're a student athlete, and I'm sure many people watching are also student athletes. Is there any advice that you can give to them?
Be the best person you can be. Be a leader. I
Yeah.
try and be a leader on our team just because I've been doing it for so long and stuff. But love it. Live it up. Have fun. Enjoy it too. So.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Are there any obstacles that you had in the beginning of your high school career that you have now overcome?
My sophomore year, I had a shoulder injury that I've been dealing with, but not terribly. This year I have a concussion right now. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so kind of sucks, but not too many injuries or anything.
It's good to be able to get back into it
Yeah,
after injuries and
absolutely,
stuff.
yes. Yeah, for sure.
Finally, as a senior, what are you planning to do after high school?
So if I can play football, I mean, that'd always be huge. That's been a goal of mine too.
Yeah.
But if that doesn't work out, I'll probably pursue some sort of business degree,
Okay.
maybe.
Yeah.
But
Is there any reason why you want to go into business? Like, what made you choose that path?
so my grandpa, he's very successful,
Yeah.
and I kind of look up to him as a person and stuff. And he's in business, and I just want to do what he does because
Yeah.
it's super cool and stuff. So.
Right. I like that. Okay. Well, thank you so
Yeah,
much. We
of
can't wait
course.
to see
Thank
you on the field.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 Nixa High School Coronation Ceremony. Tonight we'd like to recognize the students who have been voted by their peers to represent their respective grade levels. At the end of the ceremony, we will crown one senior boy and one senior girl to be our homecoming king and queen. We would like to first thank the Nixa High School JROTC program under the direction of retired Sergeant First Class Haddop and retired Lieutenant Colonel Cook for organizing tonight's ceremony. Saber Guard. Leading tonight's Saber Guard is Cadet Captain Dalton Jones. We would also like to thank our Nixa cheerleaders who are situated on both sides of tonight's candidates. They are under the direction of cheer coaches Sydney Jenkins and Mary Hepler. Now it's time for the underclassmen candidates. The first two members of court are freshmen, Lila Young and Evan Graff. Lila Young is the daughter of Mike and Kara Young. Evan Graff is the son of Nathan and Kylie Graff. The next two members of the court are sophomores Megan Gideon and Ian Davidson. Megan Gideon is the daughter of Deborah and Frank Gideon. Ian Davidson is the son of Amanda Porter and John Davidson. The next two members of the court are juniors Ava Haynes and Rowan Johnson. Ava Haynes is the daughter of John Haynes and Stephanie Walker. Rowan Johnson is the son of Tiffany and Colby Johnson. The next two members of court are juniors Carson Patton and Michael Dixon. Carson Patton is the daughter of Jenna and Austin Patton. And Michael Dixon is the son of Diane and Dave Dixon. Our final members of homecoming court are seniors, Queen and King candidates. Our first Queen and King candidates are Kendall Bourbon and Hayden Mays. Kendall is the daughter of Jeff and Courtney Bourbon. She is involved in the Cabinet Fellowship Christian Athletes, Girls After God's Hearts, National Honor Society, and track and field. Kendall is also the student body secretary. After graduation, she plans to go to Missouri State University and majoring in special education. Hayden is the son of Robert and Debbie Mays. He is involved in football, track and field, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and National Honor Society. After graduation, Hayden plans on continuing his academic and athletic career in college. Our second Queen and King candidates are Kinley Sunday and Brody O'Connell. Kinley Sunday is the daughter of Paul and Crystal Sunday. She is involved in Nixa Golf and Nixa Cheer. After graduation, she plans on cheering at a four-year university and going to law school. Kinley would like to shout out to her parents for supporting her through high school. Brody O'Connell is the son of Daniel and Kim O'Connell. He is involved in the fishing team and Nixa Golf. After graduation, he plans on attending SEU in Florida to continue his fishing career. Brody would like to shout out to his family and his friends. Our final two Queen and King candidates are Claire Fletcher and Ronnie Lowry IV. Claire is the daughter of Joseph Fletcher and Rochelle Long. She is involved in National Honor Society, the National Art Honor Society, Tri-M, the International Thespians Society, and Drama Club. After graduation, she plans on going to college to pursue arts. Claire would like to shout out to her wonderful family and friends who have loved and supported her throughout high school. Ronnie is the son of Ronnie Lowry III and Nicole Pettyjohn. He is part of the Philosophy Club, DECA, and the Advanced Men's Tenor Bass Choir. After graduation, he plans on studying ancient texts while pursuing lifting and choir. Ronnie would like to give a shout out to the Right of Freedom speech. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for your 2025 homecoming court. Presenting the King and Queens is the 2025 Nixa High School Student Body President, Shakira Bizwas, and Student Council Delegate, Ellie Brown. And now, the 2025 Nixa High School Homecoming King and Queen is Brody O'Connell and Kinley Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to all of our Nixa homecoming court. Tonight's ceremony was presented by Nixa High School Cabinet and Student Council. And congratulations again, Brody and Kinley. Great job on that. At this time, we ask all candidates to please clear the field. Photo opportunities with the 2025 court will be available at the front gate. Congratulations, kids, and have fun tomorrow night during the festivities.
Webb City is taking a trip to Neosho, which I think, in my opinion, is going to be the game of the week. Two very good football teams here in Neosho. No one was really expecting it, but they came out and shocked everyone. But nonetheless, I think Webb City had a really good showing against Nixa, and I think that really showed them who they are as a team. And I think they're going to be better than Neosho tonight and win 35-28 in a close one.
Yeah, Neosho has been undefeated, but I believe that their winning streak will come to an end, and Webb City will win 42-28.
And like we said, Neosho being kind of a breakout team this year, but they've also haven't played the greatest of competition possible in the COC. And Webb City's been up there barely losing to Nixa, so I think they're going to win 42-35 in a high-scoring game.
I actually have Neosho winning 49-24 because Webb City hasn't been scoring as high as Neosho.
Now moving on to the second game, Joplin's taking a long road trip to Republic. It's another good matchup here in the COC. Joplin and Republic both had good showings against Nixa, but I think Republic's going to get it done 28-14. I think they just have more star power, and I think their run game with Preston McCracken is going to thrive against that Joplin defense.
Yeah, Republic has definitely been one of the greatest teams we've seen in the COC for a while, and they're definitely a big competitor along with Nixa, so I have Republic winning 35-21.
And with that, I've got Republic winning 35-28. I think Joplin's offense showed a little bit more than I expected, so I think they've got a little bit more scoring on the boards, but I don't think it's going to be enough to overcome Republic's power.
I have Republic as well, 42-14.
Now the battle of the Springfield teams, Kickapoo and Glendale face off at Glendale. Kickapoo is 0-4 and Glendale is 1-3, so maybe not the best teams there, but they've got a rivalry going for sure, being in the same city area. I got Glendale taking this one home 21-14, another close game. I think Joel Rover is going to be a star this year and the next coming up, and he's going to score a lot of touchdowns for them tonight and really take over that game offensively.
Yeah, with these two teams around the same skill level, I think it'll be somewhat low scoring, but I still do have Glendale coming up on top 21-7.
And in this game, I've got Glendale winning 28-7 as well. I just don't think Kickapoo's offense has shown too much that I've liked throughout this season. So that's why I've got them only having one touchdown against Glendale.
I have Glendale winning as well, a close game, 21-14.
Now Waynesville takes a long trip to Ozark. I think I missed their game last week, so apologize being there on that. But once again, Waynesville's 0-4 and Ozark's 1-3. I think the road trip is too long for Waynesville. We have yet to see any of these teams against Nixa this year, but Waynesville historically just is not a very good team, and I think Ozark has some star players on there like Jet Easley that can get the job done. I got them taking down Waynesville 21-17.
Yeah, Waynesville hasn't won a single game this year, and especially with that long road trip, like Brady mentioned, I think Ozark will come on top 35-14.
Like we said, Waynesville not having a win yet this season, but I feel like they also haven't shown much in their 2 years in the COC so far, so I've got Ozark winning 38-14 in this game.
I have Ozark as well, 35-28.
Now to our second to last game here, Willard visits Carthage, and Carthage showed a good outing against Nixa last week, held them to 10 points in the first half, but Nixa's star power just ended up overwhelming them. But Carthage is a good team out there. Their run game for sure is a force to be reckoned with, and I think they're going to do a beat down on the Willard, 56-7. Carthage just is going to overpower them with their size, athleticism, star power. They got it all going.
Yeah, Carthage is certainly a dominant force in the COC, and I have them winning 42-7.
Like I said, Carthage is up. Like we said, Carthage is doing well this season. Willard hasn't shown us much. Carthage just had their first loss. I think they're going to have a big bounce-back victory, 49-7.
I have Carthage on top, 28-21.
Yeah, and around a lot of people, Carthage was one of the top-ranked teams in the state before they played Nixa, and I think they still can have that going for them considering they're in a different class and how good they were against Nixa. They can definitely do some damage later in the year. But now for the game you've all been waiting for, one that's here tonight at Eagle Stadium. Lebanon is visiting your Nixa Eagles. Nixa's 4-0 and Lebanon is 2-2. I think Nixa is just going to overpower them tonight. They had everything clicking there at the end of the last game, and they're going to try to carry that momentum into this game, and I think that they will. They're finally coming around to the state-ranked team that they're supposed to look like, and I think they're going to win 42-14, getting the job done here at home on homecoming night, or homecoming week.
Yeah, Lebanon has definitely shown some signs of improvement from last year, but then again, Nixa has been 4-0, very powerful, so I have Nixa winning 49-14.
Like we said, Lebanon's improving a little bit from last year, but I feel like they don't have much going for them tonight because of the long road trip and homecoming. I've got Nixa 49-14.
I have Nixa as well, 56-7.
So that wraps up our pregame picks. We got around 16 or 17 minutes until game time, so you'll see me and Carter Zaromsky in the booth, and you'll hear from DK and Zoe on the sideline throughout the game, and we'll be back in just a couple minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise, remove headgear. While the Crimson Corps Marching Band plays not yours and not mine, but it's our national anthem. Fantastic job. We do believe that we live in the land of the free because we are the home of the brave. And if you served, thank you, thank you, thank you. Hats off to you for those who did serve that are with us tonight. Thank you for your service to you and your families. Hey, we'd like to thank our cheerleaders and do a quick introduction of our cheerleaders. Again, they do a fantastic job working with the Dirty Birds to make sure that our players feel supported, and they do a fantastic job. So here we go, varsity cheerleaders. Paxton Adams, Sharika Bizwas, Gabby Bulkey, Kylie Crabtree, McKinley Crisp, Shelby Frank, Maya Gammon, Tatum Grant, Nevaeh Hallmeyer, Carolyn Hines, Carolyn Hesh, Lucy Hallgate, Reagan Huff, Danny Ipolodia, Addie Kinder, Autumn Cassie, Tatum Kafarnas, America Cuse, Mackenzie Lewis, Cameron Martin, Sophia McLeod, Ava Newberry, Rylyn Robinette, Lily Sellenrick, Tyler Stankowitz, Madison Storm, Kinley Sunday, and Blair Wright. Head coach for the varsity cheerleaders, all 28 of them, Sydney Jenkins, and she is assisted by Mary Hepler. Also tonight, our JV cheerleaders, Luke Bailey, Cassidy Bodenstein, Layla Carpenter, Kylie Cook, Abby Etheridge, Zaylee Gosney, Ashlyn Johnson, Harper Catt, Kiara Cruz, Havlin Lee, Scarlett May, Mia Peebles, Jordan Russell, Isabel Tate, Lila Young, and the JV cheerleaders are head coached by Brooke Harris.
In a crowd with someone and I find that shot got me out to I be stepping on a so white ones can't control I think I'm too
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the toughest playing field on any given Thursday night. The state-ranked, undefeated, undeniably power-packed Nixa Eagles. Led by head coach John Perry and his assistants.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Eagle Stadium here in Nixa, Missouri. We got homecoming night tonight. It's the Nixa Eagles taking on the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. It's looking to shape up to be a good one tonight. I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner, Carter Zaromsky. Carter, how are you feeling?
Yeah, Nixa has shown a lot of recovery from some of those past mistakes that we saw. We saw, them not being able to stop the run, those unnecessary penalties. And in that game against Carthage, especially that second quarter, second half, sorry. But they looked so much better and so much more improved. And with playing Lebanon, definitely keep that momentum going, keep those runs, keep those passes. And one thing we saw last game was that Randy Flint had a lot of offensive snaps. He had one touchdown on offense and a 93-yard pick six on defense. So that's something that Lebanon needs to look out for.
Yes, Randy Flint played a lot of that last game. That whole offense really just kind of turned up a notch in the second half. They were scoring left and right, and they mentioned that pick six. The defense even came in, and just the whole team looked a lot better in that second half, and I'm sure they're looking to carry that momentum into this game, as that's just something you want to build off on as how successful they were. Now, Lebanon, I think it's going to be a trench battle up front for them. They're talking about how they are looking to establish the run. They take pride in their offensive line, according to Coach Christian, and that's just something to look out for tonight. Nix's defensive line, which looked good last week, hasn't been the strongest against an offense like Lebanon that likes to run the ball and takes pride in it.
Yeah, it's definitely got to recover from those mistakes, and this is the perfect place to do it. Play a whole game the right way without any unnecessary mistakes, and I think this is a great moment to recover. I mean, it's our homecoming game. There's a lot on the line here for Nixa. And speaking of that, we talked to the Lebanon coach, asked him if there was any extra motivation going into the game, knowing that it was homecoming, as Nixa scheduled us here. But he said, no, there really isn't. We're just happy to be here. We're blessed to play at this amazing venue and play one of the best teams in the state.
Yeah, and you mentioned Nixa is one of the best teams in the state. Lots of people around the area ranking them up there. I see multiple accounts on social media, in the news, rankings. They put them up top. And I think last week they finally showed why they're that high. Whenever they can really get that offense and defense working together and complementing each other, that's when their team or any team is just at their best. And something that they did a good job last week with is kind of running that tempo offense. I think McKnight is a lot more settled into that. He operates better, keeps the defense on their toes. What do you think about that faster-paced offense they run?
Yeah, it definitely looks a lot more efficient than what we saw. I mean, Webb City, a lot of drives were set up, even Joplin, some drives were set up, but with that very fast, efficient offense, that tempo offense, that was one of our keys to the game here. It's definitely very useful as just keeping the Lebanon's defense on their toes here, making sure they don't try anything, just regular defense. Like I said, keeping them on their toes. Got to react to every move and eventually outplay them.
Yeah, now we're looking at the captains here for Nixa. They got Ty Kellis, Graham Kubik, Jackson Cantwell, and I believe that is Jaden Russell there to round them out. 4 seniors. Like always for them, we are just over 3 minutes until game time, in what should be a good matchup between these two teams. Now, historically, Lebanon they have an NFL player, obviously, so that's something you can boast about, but they have been pretty solid. They came into the COC last year, didn't have the season they wanted, but, it's improvement. Like you said, we said in the pregame show, they talked to Coach Christian this time last year. They were 1-3. Now this time they're 2-2. So they're improving right now year after year, even if it's just one win. That's improvement there.
Yeah,
and that's all we have for you here. We're going to send them down on the field for the coin toss. You're going to figure out all that good stuff, who gets the ball, and we'll be back in a short moment. Sorry there. The refs turned their mic off, so I'll kind of help you here. See what's going on. Just under a minute and a half until kickoff. This cool night here in Nixa, Missouri. It's a beautiful night. Sun's just coming down here, ready for Friday night football, or Thursday night football, I should say. They have homecoming tomorrow night for Nixa.
Lebanon, as the visitor, you have a choice of coin toss tonight. You can pick heads or tails. What do you select? What did he say? He did say tails. It is tails. You have some options. You want to defer? Lebanon has won the toss and will defer. You want the ball. All right. Since Nixa wants the ball, you get to defend a goal. You can kick from the clock or to the clock. All right. Kicking to the clock, I want Lebanon, you guys to line up facing the clock. Nixa behind me facing Lebanon.
All right, now coming out of the huddle in the middle of the field, and we are just underway from kickoff. Nixa's special teams onto the field as they won the toss. They will elect to receive. And we are underway. Thursday night football. Little change of scenery tonight. Kicking off for Lebanon will be number 42, Rhett Rhodes.
And in the backfield, we have number 2, Randy Flint.
It's about time, and here we go. Pooch kick down to the Eagles is fielded at the 25-yard line. And he is taken down shortly after that, right near the 25 as well. Max Nickel there on the return as Nix's offense comes onto the field, led by Adam McKnight.
Here we go. This efficient offense that we've been waiting to see play a full game here. Very excited to see if Nixa can keep that momentum or if Lebanon can completely shut it down.
McKnight hands it off to McCaster as he's going to find some room on the right side and then move out of bounds for a little bit more. As you pay attention, Randy Flint is on the field for offense right now for Nixa, and that will be a first down.
And as we've seen, Nixa usually loves to hand it off to McCaster for the first play of the game, kind of set that tempo there, create some rhythm. That's a great way to start it, especially when you get a first down like that.
It's a fresh set of downs for the Eagles. So it's another handoff to McCaster as he moves inside and churns forward for a couple more yards there, up to the 48. We'll bring up second and manageable.
Nixa definitely trying to play, slowly but surely here, get that tempo going, make sure everything is running out well, as the offense is a very complex machine that has to be right in every way possible.
McKnight's going to pass this one over to Flint on the screen as he gets a good block, and he is finally dragged down, but not before he gets the first down up to the 45-yard line.
Randy Flint on offense at the start of the game is something that you don't usually see often. It's normally later into the game where you see him take some offensive snaps. But as you saw last game, he was great on offense. So definitely a good decision by Coach Perry.
And Randy Flint there with the first reception, actually the second leading receiver for Nixa per game. He's got 28.5 per game. But McKnight will keep this one, roll out right, and throw it to Locke, who, if he stayed on his feet, might have had a house call right there. But he's going to get tripped up at the 35-yard line, but not before he gains the first down.
He was definitely starting to come down there before the catch, so he did a great job keeping that ball in. And, happens every time, every once in a while. But what matters is that Nixa got the first down here and is getting there slowly but surely to the end zone.
Nixa moving along quite nice here. Empty backfield for McKnight, as he will use his legs now and get sandwiched at the 30-yard line.
Adam McKnight has definitely been a great rusher for Nixa, and he is the second leader in rushing yards per game with 53 yards per game, just behind Jaden McCaster. And it's definitely a great way to trick that defense into thinking, oh, he's going to pass it there with motioning McCaster out to the right. But instead, he uses his legs and runs upfield, which is a great way to deceive the defense.
And with his weapons that he has, I'm sure the defense falls for it, considering the passing game that Nixa has as well. As this one's a handoff to McCaster, he moves forward close to the first down. They might mark him a bit short, and that would be third, and no, they'll give him the first. So 1st and 10 now at the 28-yard line.
It's definitely quite a hard thing to do, to stretch that ball onto that first down because, there's always the chance you're short, always the chance you fumble it. You're trying to stretch that long distance there, but with a D1 caliber running back like a McCaster, you're able to get those plays.
McKnight's going to keep this one now, moving left, spun her down at the 15. Gets a good gain of 8 there. 2nd and 2 now coming up for the Eagles as we are 9.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
And now Nixa is in the red zone. It's definitely a very dangerous zone to be if you're in Lebanon's defense. Nixa's red zone offense has been very efficient, as we've seen. Most of the time you'll see those long-range plays, whether it's McCaster run up the sideline or Randy Flint's catching a ball, but the red zone offense in that closer range has definitely been very powerful this season.
And Nixa has lots of ways they can punch it in here. First play will be to run to McCaster, who's going to move left and find his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Nixa, as they strike first.
Nixa is definitely trying to, run those plays carefully. One of the safest options you can do is hand it off to McCaster, and that would obviously be the first choice if you want to try to punch it in. Just hand it off to your star running back, and 90% of the time it'll work.
McCaster gets his 11th touchdown of the season there. He's been a great replacement for Dylan Ribera, who they lost as he graduated. And the kick is good. Nixa leads 7-0, 8 minutes, 59 seconds left in the first quarter. And we're going to send it down to the sideline with DK Nelson.
Points against you at home. The Nixa Eagles have a good start here, putting together a touchdown drive in just 3 minutes. Thank you, back to you guys on the booth.
Thank you, DK, there from the sideline. You'll hear more from him and Zoe Ward tonight as Jonah Fields comes on to kick the ball off for Nixa. He's got that big leg of his as he sends it the Yellow Jackets' way. This one's caught around the 5-yard line. As some good special teams from Nixa there. Reed Wilson gets the tackle around the 16-yard line as Lebanon's offense moves on to the field.
I believe also on the tackle there, number 10, Peyton Cheney, the JV quarterback. You'll see him in there as special teams. Some of our JV players are very talented as well. You'll see him in there. You'll see Jaden Camp. Some of those up-and-coming sophomores in there can be very helpful for Nixa.
Old kind of fundamental style of offense here. Lebanon is going to give the handoff to the left side, and he bursts forward straight into the defense down at the 20-yard line. There on the run was number 26, Carson Hill, the senior running back.
Yeah, definitely a very explosive play, handing off to the running back, quick run up the field, but Nix's D-line was able to cut that short and stop him right there. Definitely, that's what we want to see all game. Nixa has been struggling with that a little, but if we have that consistently, then this will be a great game for Nixa.
Another handoff here, kind of an end-around look, and the Nixa defense swallows him up once again. Not before a decent gain, though, of 4 up to the 24-yard line, and Lebanon will face a 3rd and 5 early into their drive.
Yeah, first drive, 3rd down is not optimal, especially when you're considerably deep in your own territory, but if you continue to run that power offense, you should be able to punch your way through even if it does go to a 4th down.
3rd and 5 on the first drive for Lebanon. It's another handoff up the middle. He's going to try to find some room near the 1st down marker. Let's see where they spot him. And they will give him the 1st down at the 29-yard line. That was a good run there from Lebanon.
There's a good start for Lebanon getting a 1st down on their drive. If they keep that up, they'll be in the end zone in no time, but you just got to keep that rhythm there, make sure that Nix's defense can't get those stops, make sure you get your blocks down and avoid those unnecessary penalties like holding.
1st and 10 for the Yellow Jackets is a option out left, and he's got a lot of great turf ahead of him. Moving up the field now. 3 men chasing him down, and they finally will bring him down, but not before a big gain deep into Nixa territory near the 30-yard line. On the run was Evan Ogle.
And on the tackle there was number 2, Randy Flint. Uses his incredible speed there to make a really great tackle there. I mean, he was running down half the field to get there, but now Lebanon's offense is in Nixa's territory, hoping to punch it in here and tie up the game.
So big chunk of yardage for the Yellow Jackets right there. This one's another one up the middle, but Nixa wins the trench battle there and stops him for a minimal gain.
And like Brady said earlier, this game is definitely going to be like a little bit of a trench battle. All games are trench battles, but this one definitely more than others. As Lebanon's O-line has got a lot of stuff going for them. In our interview with Coach Christian, he said that he took a lot of his pride in his O-line.
York is going to keep this one, moves left, and sprints forward for a good amount of yardage there. 3rd down and short coming up for the Yellow Jackets.
And here's another 3rd down for Lebanon. More crucial one as they're trying to get more into the red zone here type of game. And that'll definitely be an issue for Nixa.
3rd and 1. Lebanon deep in Nixa territory. Nixa can benefit from a stop here. York is going to pitch it out left once again, and he will get thrown in the air, but hits the deck around the 14-yard line. That was Ogle again, and he has 2 big carries for the Yellow Jackets so far.
Utilizing your wide receivers on run plays can definitely be very tricky for the defense, and especially if the receivers that the speed that receivers are gifted with, it can definitely be a lot of trouble for a defense, especially on pitch play like that.
York's going to hand this one off again. That one was given to Elijah Simmons, and he was tackled after a short gain of 3.
Yeah, Elijah Simmons, 5'9", 165. That's pretty relatively skinny build, so he's able to sneak past those D linemen, but with Nixa's frames, the average frame being quite larger than a lot of other COC teams, it's definitely hard to stop.
And there's a good catch there on the pitch, spins free and finds the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Oh my goodness, highlight reel play right there.
And on the touchdown there was number 10, Elijah Simmons. what a great play there. He just kept pushing and pushing there towards the end zone. And on the replay here, you'll see it was another kind of pitch play. A missed tackle there, 1-2, beats a couple of men and reaches in for the touchdown.
Elijah Simmons, that's his 9th touchdown of the year for him. He gets on the board for Lebanon first, and that extra point will tie it up.
Now here comes Nixa's offense, hoping to continue the momentum, the rhythm that they saw in their first drive with that touchdown there. And so far, the main focus of the game definitely needs to be getting those third down stops and preventing that pitch. One of our keys to the game was setting that edge, and that's definitely going to be one of the major keys to the game here is, you know, Lebanon runs an offense quite similar to Web City with like that crouched power, but unlike Web City, they like to run that flick play, which has worked very well against Nixa's defense.
So tie game now 7-7, 4 minutes and 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Good starting drive from Republic there. One thing I thought Republic had to do to succeed in this game was establish that run game and just try to chew the clock off Nixa, because we know how fast they can score. And there they were able to use running plays all the way down and eventually scored 6 points and tied Nixa up. Another pooch kick now is a good return now from Adams, and he was just an inch away from bursting upfield and taking that one all the way for the score. He's going to be brought down in amazing field position for the Nixa Eagles as they come back onto the field after a first drive score.
And that's a great way to keep the momentum going with a great return there by Adams. He's definitely been a leader here on this team, making some great plays for Nixa. We saw him against, I believe it was Republic, scoring a touchdown.
Left is McCaster, who gets met in the backfield and taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up for Nixa.
There's Lebanon setting that edge there, containing McCaster on the outside. Very great job there. I mean, containing McCaster already is hard enough, but especially on an outside run play like that, able to set that edge is a great job.
We know how good he is at bouncing off tackles in there. Not much he could do about it as they all swarm to him. McKnight with an empty backfield is going to look deep to Scholar Brown, who's wide open, and he's going to haul that one in, and you can pack your bags. He's heading home. Touchdown, Nixa.
And to be honest, I thought that was another McKnight rush play there like we saw where all of his weapons are out there, and oh, there is a flag on the play.
And I think that's 2 plays now for Scholar Brown this season where he scored on a touchdown. It's been called back due to a flag.
Yeah, extremely unfortunate, and it is on Nixa. And let's see what exactly the penalty was here.
Holding on the offense, 10 yards from the previous
So
spot.
holding on
and beat
Nixa is
the
going to
down.
throw them back 10 yards. 2nd and 21 coming up for them. And holding is one of those penalties that they call a drive killer, as it's just so many yards you have to overcome. We'll see if Nixa can do that here. McKnight's going to drop back once again. He's looking for Locke. Another deep shot. It's just over his heads, and a flag flies in, as that one's going to be pass interference on Lebanon and give Nixa a new set of downs.
Yeah, as you saw there, the defensive back was all up in Owen Locke's business, you know, tugging on him, trying to make him do everything in his power to make him not get the catch there. And yeah, that's just one of those penalties that's unavoidable. Avoidable. McKnight definitely overthrew it a little, and if it wasn't for that penalty, it would have probably been a 3rd and 21.
No, I think maybe they did call it on Nixa and I.
Pass interference on the defense. It's
Nope.
15-yard penalty from the previous
15-yard
spot.
penalty.
Still 2nd down.
And second down for Nixa. I thought maybe I got it wrong because I saw him pointing Nixa's way, but it will be pass interference on the defense. And 2nd and 7 now for the Eagles. After 2 penalties, we're McKnight hard count. Can't get them to jump. Low snap, looks left and is rolling to his right now. Puts a move on the defender and moves up the sideline. Reaches for the first down. And it looks like he will get it. See what this ref rules. And it will be a first down for Nixa at the 46-yard line.
McKnight definitely reacted very well under that pressure. And one thing, Randy Flint subbed out of the game for Graham Kubik here.
First and 10 after McKnight uses his legs. McCaster is going to get this one up the middle and gets a decent amount of yardage there up to the 41. 2nd and 4 coming up.
And there's why they put Graham Kubik in the game. He's a great blocker. A lot of tight ends don't get much appreciation for their blocking, rather the big plays they make. And that's why he's starting there. Definitely a great block, which allowed McCaster to get those extra yards that are much needed.
McCaster right side now. Near the first down marker, just short. 3rd and 1 for the Eagles. They are trying to move deeper into Yellow Jacket territory.
Nixa has definitely struggled on anything related to 3rd down. I mean, have struggled with stops on 3rd down, have struggled with 3rd down on drives, so this is a very crucial moment here for Nixa to get a lead.
And early in this game, tie up, you want to score here. McCaster's going to head left now. He's got blockers upfield. He's following Owen Luck and is dragged down near the 10-yard line, but not before he picks up the first down and more.
Great job there by the wide receivers blocking. And as you'll see on the replay there, as he runs up left, O-line does a great job shifting. Graham Kubik on his block. And up there you'll see Owen Locke doing a great job blocking his man, which allowed McCaster to get all the way up to the 11-yard line.
And it's just the vision for McCaster as well, knowing where those blocks are and following them perfectly to put Nixa in a better position. They will ride with McCaster again as he moves forward, reaches for the plane, and waiting for the signal. It looks like he might have gotten in. I think they're going to mark him just inches short here. I mean, it looked like he got in. Here, look at the replay.
It's definitely very tricky to tell when exactly he went down. And he might have, yeah, he probably was just a little bit short, but, I mean,
Oh, there we go. Officials will overturn their call. Touchdown, Jaden McCaster. He gets his 2nd of the game there. As Kamke will try the extra point. And it is good. Carter, what'd you like from that drive out of Nixa?
Nixa definitely looked to keep their hopes up after that holding penalty. And that pass interference penalty was definitely a drive saver. And on that run there by McCaster, it was an extremely close call. He could have been in, he could have been just a little bit short, but the refs did decide to mark him in as he got into the touchdown and stretched the plane, broke the plane just before he was down. And that's great timing there from McCaster, just knowing he needs a little bit more, and he puts in that effort to increase the score for Nixa.
And Nixa did a good job establishing the run there, and you think about it, you can't really have a passing game if you don't have the threat of the run. So now Nixa maybe can open up the playbook a bit more there, as they now have 2 rushing touchdowns. Maybe they can get some more in the air game going on. 2 minutes, 11 seconds left in the first quarter as Fields boots it towards the Yellow Jackets, fielded by Joe Simmons, or no, go over his head into the end zone as Lebanon returns to the field. Their offense faced a couple third downs last drive, but they were able to use their running game to overcome them. Carter, what do you think? You think Lebanon's going to stay with the run or maybe switch it up a little?
Definitely the run, just to keep the defense on that tempo, but those pitch plays out to wide receiver Elijah Simmons worked very well, and also Evan Ogie. That definitely tricked up Nix's defense as they've had problems with setting the edge.
And a jump there, pretty clear from Brody Shoemaker, number 1. I think just
Prior to the snap, dead ball foul on the offense, 5 yards, still first down.
Just a miscommunication there offensively, as they will lose 5 yards there on the penalty, but will still be first down, 1st and 15.
This is definitely a very dangerous spot here for Lebanon, not the best field position after a touchback. Here we go.
York's going to keep this one, fakes the pitch, but good tackle made there on the far side by Max Nickel for 2nd and 11 for the Yellow Jackets.
That was similar to that first play that we saw from Lebanon. A very powerful handoff there. And faking that pitch definitely tricked up Nix's defense as that pitch has worked well, and they're looking for that more, but Nix's defense was able to get the stop.
York's going to keep this one again, and Nix's defense is all over that one. They rallied to the ball there. Wesson Weldon, the first one to make contact, as 3rd and long is now due up for the Lebanon Yellow Jackets.
They've definitely lost some of that momentum that they gained on the first drive. They were able to have those great pitch plays straight into the end zone. This is a crucial 3rd down. Will Nixa be able to get the stop, or will Lebanon be able to get the first?
3rd and 11. York's going to drop back on this one. He's looking over the middle, deep ball down, and it's intercepted by Flint. Caught around near the 50. He's got some blockers to follow. Moving down the sideline, almost all the way for his 2nd pick 6 of the year, but that is a huge play for the Nixa defense.
Yeah, York definitely underthrew it there a little bit. The wide receiver, I believe, was number 10, Elijah Simmons, kind of came forward a little bit looking for that ball, but he had 2 men on him, and the interception there was inevitable. And, you know, Randy Flint is just able to bring those loose balls in and take it all the way almost to a touchdown, and like Brady said, which would have been his 2nd pick 6 of the season.
And like you said, just an underthrown ball there, a scary pass, and it was a bad consequence of it as Flint was able to pick that one and almost take it all the way back to the house. But instead, Nix will have excellent field position here at the 9-yard line. Wildcat formation now for McCaster, who is looking for his 3rd touchdown of the night. Dragging defenders with him inside the 5-yard line up to the 3.
He practically had the whole D-line on him and some, but he was still able to push to cut that distance in half. Nix is extremely close to the end zone, and it is very expected that they will score on this play here, so we'll see how Nixa scores, whether it's a short pass or a run, or like we've seen, which has been successful, especially in the last game, that Wildcat formation.
Motion from Carter Mabe. Yet to see him tonight as McCaster's getting another handoff and follow his blockers into the end zone. Touchdown number 3 for Jaden McCaster.
All 21 points tonight have been scored by one man, Jaden McCaster. I mean, he's just extremely efficient with that vision, that football IQ, and he knows how to make plays like that, just weave through those defensive lines and those linebackers. And here comes the extra point.
And with how elite his vision is there and just of a running back he is, why not, when you're inside the 10, just give him 3 handoffs and let him find his way for the score. Kanepe's kick was good there. 21-7, Nixa leads by 14 as we have 5 seconds left in the first quarter.
And just a reminder, Lebanon will get the ball to start the second half. When Nixa won the coin toss, they elected to receive the ball instead of the typical decision to defer. So that will allow Lebanon some chance to put some more points on the board, but we still have 1 more quarter left. And the thing that's most likely here is that the clock will end after the return. And then we'll have a short break coming back to you guys at the second quarter.
Kickoff from Fields as this might just shape up to be the last play of the first quarter. Fields is going to do a little squib kick down to Lebanon's 5-yard line as he will be dragged down near the 20, and the clock will run out here in the first quarter. Nixa leads Lebanon 21-7. We'll be back after this short break.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. As your Eagles are on top, 21-7 over the Lebanon Yellow Jackets.
Bear Services is ready to install your ultimate game day upgrade. Make your home the MVP of your neighborhood with gemstone lights. Create custom patterns, animations, and colors. Get gemstone lights today and take your outdoor lighting game to the next level.
Don't get nervous, call Bear Services today.
And we welcome you back to the second quarter of this matchup between the Nixa Eagles and the Lebanon Yellow Jackets. If you missed the first quarter, Nixa was pretty dominant there as they lead 21-7. McCaster with 3 touchdowns already, but Lebanon has the ball now as a handoff is up the middle.
Handoff to number 26 for Lebanon, Carson Hill.
5-yard line.
Brought down by number 34 for the Eagles,
Lebanon
Weston
has
Weldon.
definitely shown a little bit of struggle here, especially on that last drive, trying to redeem themselves before halftime, tie up that game, and then get the ball back in the second half. So let's see how this drive rolls out.
It's a flip out right, and that one is on the ground. It's a fumble live ball, and it looked like Nixa hopped on it. I think it's Nixa football, and it will be. Nixa recovers the fumble and takes over at the 26-yard line, and the defense gets their second turnover of the game.
They are on their 13th year of football, and they've been playing since kindergarten, and they show hard work on and off the field. So let's see what these Eagles can do. Back up to y'all in the booth.
There was the fumble there. Lebanon trying to use that pitch play that I've talked about. That has definitely tripped up Nixa's defense, but it was a fumble, and now Nixa gets the ball back. A great way to start the second quarter for Nixa, now in Lebanon's territory.
Nixa takes over at the 26-yard line. Jackson Cantwell will move to the other side of the line, and I think it's going to be a false start on Nixa. Be a 5-yard penalty. Let's see what the official says.
Dead ball foul. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
1st and 15 now for the Eagles at their own 31-yard line. And that was, I mean, that turnover happened quickly into this second quarter. Just maybe the first play, they try to pitch it out, first or second play. And A bad pitch hits the deck, and Nixa is able to get the turnover. See if they capitalize here. McCaster's going to find some room left, and you can clear the runway. He's taken off. Touchdown, Nixa. Flags fly in. So we'll see what they are. Two flags there on the run out left, and I think it might be holding on Nixa. And it will be 1st and 25 now for the Eagles.
That would have been McCaster's 4th touchdown of the night, but unfortunately Nixa was definitely coming a bit excited into this drive after that fumble. And there's that holding call. Like I was saying, Nixa's definitely gone with a lot of energy into this drive, and sometimes that energy can mess you up a little bit and result in unnecessary penalties like that.
McCaster, another flag flies in, and it's getting a bit sloppy out there. Check up on what that flag is as well, as Nixa just hasn't been able to get anything going here without a penalty called on him, and it will be on them again. So will be 1st down again for Nixa. It will be 1st and 20. First and 20 for the Eagles. McKnight fakes the handoff, rolls out right, is looking for anyone down the field, and he will find a receiver. That is Owen Locke. Catches the ball around the 19-yard line and is dragged up there as well.
Great way there to save the play. McKnight facing a lot of pressure, as you can see. Lebanon was blitzing towards him, but he finds that man open and gets a great catch to cut down the yardage needed by 17.
Owen Locke's seen more targets these past couple weeks, and he's doing the most he can with them, hauling in almost all of them. Here's a high snap on 2nd and 3 that McKnight will keep and just get a short amount of yardage there, maybe to the 18 or 17-yard line. It will bring up 3rd and short for Nixa.
Here's a crucial moment for Nixa. Like I mentioned earlier, not the best on any situation given with 3rd down, whether it's on offense or defense. But, I mean, they've came back from those penalties with that catch with Locke. Locke has definitely been very clutch for Nixa in moments like that.
Two men in motion for the Eagles. McKnight's just going to give this one to McCaster, who somehow stays on his feet, moves forward, and welcome to the highlight reel, Jaden McCaster, touchdown, Eagles.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Jaden McCaster's 4th touchdown of the night, and we're not even in the 2nd half yet. What a performance.
Nixa takes the 3-score lead here, as an extra point will make them up 21. If they are able to make the extra point, Cam Key sends it through the uprights there. So Nixa got the ball early to start the 2nd quarter on that turnover, and they've done the most they can with it. There is Coach Alex Mirabal here from the University of Miami, the offensive line coach there. He obviously is the coach of the school that Jackson Cantwell committed to early in the summertime. And he's here to watch his 5-star prospect ball out. And I think he's doing pretty well if Jaden McCaster has 4 rushing touchdowns on the ground.
And like I mentioned earlier, it's not even the second half. We're not even halfway done with the second quarter. McCaster just finds ways to get into the end zone, and there's already 4 touchdowns, and he could get so much more here as Nixa continues to dominate Lebanon.
Jonah Fields will kick off for Nixa once again as they lead by 21 here. This is a nice kick that is muffed, and they will call it a touchback before that. So Nixa, or Lebanon, excuse me, will take over at the 20-yard line.
Lebanon looking to redeem themselves here, trying to score, cut that lead. As a reminder, they do get the ball in the second half, which is definitely much needed for them as they're down by 21 here. Hopefully expecting a score on this drive and to stop Nixa from scoring any if there is time left.
2 drives, 2 turnovers for Lebanon after their score. Looking to do something different here. York is stopped immediately in the backfield by a flock of Eagles for a loss. As 2nd and long now for Lebanon.
Nixa, after that Lebanon first drive with the touchdown, has definitely been able to stop Lebanon very well. They've adapted to their play style, which is kind of similar to Webb City, honestly, minus the pitches.
York's going to fake this one now, looking to pass. He's looking right or left, and that is intercepted by Randy Flint. Catches it on the helmet. Oh, my God.
Randy Flint's 2nd interception of the night. As you saw, it was definitely another dangerous throw there. And he's able to just take that from the receiver and get it on the helmet.
Oh, my goodness. And look at that body control to know where he is. Strong hands to keep the ball on your helmet, not let it hit the ground. Awareness as well. I mean, that's just all you want out of a cornerback. And Randy Flint delivers that for you. Oh, my goodness, what a play.
And here comes Nixa's offense once again.
3rd turnover forced by the Nixa defense. McKnight on the RPO is going to launch it over the middle, and it is broken up on a pass that was intended for Scholar Brown. Joe Simmons on the breakup.
And there it is, like Nixa coming in with a bit too much energy again. That's what we saw on the last drive there after that fumble. Definitely need to keep yourself calm after a big play like that. I mean, that catch was insane. I bet they were all super excited, but you got to keep that tempo running in order to keep the offense going.
McKnight keeps this one left and gets near the first down, just short. 3rd and short for Nixa.
Nixa starting to gain back some of that rhythm, realizing that maybe we need to think of that as in the past. Like, it's a new drive, we need to get the ball into the end zone, and that should be their mindset right now on this 3rd down.
3rd and 3 for this Nixa offense. They're trying to go up 4 scores here. They've got excellent field position. They are faced here with a 3rd down, and they're just going to give it to McCaster, who's going to find a hole and sprint up the middle of the field and find the end zone. Touchdown, Jaden McCaster.
That is his 5th touchdown of the night. Not even 4 minutes into the second quarter. My goodness, he has been very reliable this season, but he is absolutely popping off right now.
And like you said, his 5th touchdown. It'll be his 15th on the season. It's just been all of Nix's offense tonight, and Lebanon can't find a way to stop it now as Kamke's extra point is good, and the score will be 35-7. Carter, Lebanon's got to find a stop for McCaster.
Yeah, I mean, he's accumulated so much rushing yards. I mean, it's been crazy. He averages 173.5 a game, but it's certainly starting to look more than that. Lebanon does get the ball in the second half, but right now that's not going to help them much as they are down by 4 scores. And here they get the ball, hopeful to score. And the last 2 drives for Lebanon have been defensive recoveries. The first was a fumble. The second was that crazy interception there by Randy Flint. So Lebanon needs to make sure, play that conservatively, no pitches, no passes, just run the ball all the way to the end zone if they want any hopes of winning this game.
Eight minutes and 7 seconds left in the first half, and Nix is already up 35-7. As that will be a touchdown for Lebanon, or a touchback for Lebanon once again. And their offense will try to find something positive here to work off of, as they have had 3 drives in a row with 3 turnovers.
Here comes the Nix's defense. They have been elite these past 3 drives, 2 interceptions and 1 recovered fumble, just finding new ways to get the ball back. And both interceptions have been from Randy Flint. We saw he had that 93-yard pick 6 the last game and almost had the pick 6 on his first interception, and the second helmet catch interception.
And the handoff there is stopped in the backfield. Once again, Simmons there on the carry, as a reoccurring theme, 2nd and long for the Yellow Jackets.
It's definitely been rough for the Yellow Jackets offense after their very first drive of the game. Only 7 points on the board, no more so far. They've definitely had their struggles, and Nix's defense has just been able to stop them.
Weird snap there, but Nixa was still able to meet them at the line of scrimmage, as 3rd and 10 will come up for Lebanon, and it looks like they're going to have to pass it again.
And those passes have been very dangerous for them. I mean, already their quarterback has already thrown 2 interceptions tonight. It's been very dangerous with that pass game. I mean, they did have those flicks, those pitches there for sure, but those longer passes have been extremely dangerous, as we could see Randy Flint on the right side of the field.
York's going to drop back the pass, and that one's tipped in the air, almost intercepted again. Intended for Brody Shoemaker, was just off his fingertips, and Lebanon will be forced to punt now on 4th and 10.
And this is the first punt of the game, as Nixa on all 5 of their drives has scored, and Lebanon's drives have been ruined by the defense, not punts, but even worse with the interceptions and the fumbles. And now we see the first punt of the night in the second quarter.
And it's almost blocked. Sky kick here from Lebanon is going to take a Yellow Jackets bounce past the 50 and up to the 44-yard line, where Nixa will take over as they try to build on their lead. I mean, they're already up 35-7 in the second quarter.
It has been extremely impressive to see Nixa play tonight, recovering from those mistakes that they made the past 4 games and just keeping that momentum rolling. Absolutely incredible. Just steamrolling Lebanon's defense, steamrolling Lebanon's offense. And here is their 6th drive of the night, hoping to get their 6th touchdown.
6 minutes and 35 seconds left in the first half. McKnight is going to keep this one and look left to Mabe, and Mabe will haul that one in, make a move on the sideline, and eventually be forced out at the 49.
This is the time of the game where, you can definitely try those bit more riskier plays. That screen pass there to Mabe, but it went well with a decent game there by Carter Mabe. You've definitely seen a lot from him, that connection between Adam McKnight and him, it's definitely been very impressive to watch. And yeah, it has been absolutely electric tonight.
2nd and 3 for the Eagles. Here's another screen pass to Mabe, who's got some room out right. He's going to follow Owen Locke and eventually be forced out of bounds once again, just past the 35-yard line. And he will pick up the first down as well as Nixa moves into Lebanon's territory.
Lebanon just seems to not be able to catch a break here. 4 drives abruptly ended, and Nixa's defense just coming in hot. They're going to need a miracle here, down by 28. It's hard, but it's definitely not impossible. So Lebanon is definitely going to have a lot of motivation going into that second half.
McKnight's going to hand this one off to McCaster. He's already got 5 on the night, but this time he is brought down after a decent gain there. 2nd and 4 with a gain of 6 yards for McCaster.
McCaster just been on fire tonight. 5 touchdowns, quite a bit of rushing yards, having more this night than he usually averages so far at least. And it's been very, very impressive to watch him.
Yeah, McCaster averages 173 rushing yards per game, and he has put on a clinic tonight, and we're only in the first half still. McKnight fakes and looks deep to Locke, who is open and makes a diving catch, and it will be ruled a touchdown for Nixa. Owen Locke. What a catch there.
And that is Owen Locke's first touchdown of the season. We've seen catches from him. He's a great wide receiver with that clutch gene, and it finally pays off in the Week 5 matchup with that deep ball there to him. And it was a phenomenal catch with that focus there. He was able to snatch that in. And here comes the extra point for Nixa to lead by 35 points. Not even the second half yet.
Cam Key's kick is good there, but he's got to look out for Weston McKinney on Lebanon. He's coming along. He's getting closer and closer to blocking it every time. But back to that throw and catch. McKnight had that pump fake, caught the defense lacking. Perfect throw to Locke, who made that diving catch and just got the knee in. So he was in bounds. Nix is putting together some good drives here. Like we said, they looked like that state-ranked team last week, and here they're bringing the momentum in, and right now they're just putting it down onto Lebanon, and they're just keeping that foot on the pedal.
Here comes Nix's kickoff team. Per usual, number 37, Jonah Fields with the kickoff. Already up 35 with 5 minutes, 31 seconds left in the second quarter. Lebanon looking for a lot here.
Elijah and Joe Simmons back to receive for Lebanon, as this kick from Fields is caught inside the 5-yard line. Adams there makes good contact, and he is eventually spun down at the 16. So Adams there is going to be credited with the tackle and was the first one to meet him there. Tonight, this defensive Nixa line has looked amazing. They brought in someone new this year, Darius Morang. He is actually was a D1 football player for the University of Kansas. He plays in the UFL for the Houston Roughnecks, and he is definitely changing the culture of this defensive line that was not the brightest last year, but they're starting to look better this year. As this handoff is given up the middle and just past the 20-yard line. 2nd and 5.
There's not much that Lebanon's offense can do here, as Nixa's defense has been on fire tonight. All of them are playing on that X-factor level. I mean, we've seen the D-line do great. Your linebackers do great, especially the secondary with Randy Flint. And it's definitely very hard for Lebanon to get any forward progress.
Up the middle now, stopped quickly, and will be third down now for the Yellow Jackets, third and short, as we are nearing closer and closer to the end of just the first half, as Nixa's up 42-7. I think this was my score prediction for tonight, or I was 42-14, and Nixa's matched that in the second quarter. Third down and 3. Nixa's been pretty efficient tonight. See what they do here. It's a pitch out left, and Reed Wilson, great open field tackle there, and it will be fourth down now for the Yellow Jackets.
And it looks like here the Yellow Jackets punt team will be going out. And in the backfield to receive the punt, per usual, number 3, Carter Mabe. He's done a great job returning kicks and punts for Nixa. And this is the second punt of the night for anyone. And Lebanon is kind of forced to punt here as they don't want Nixa to get an interception or a fumble.
Skying punt again to Mabe as he catches that one at the 50, and that's where he will lie as well.
And number 4 on the tackle there, Isaac Kelton, did a great job there of finding Mabe and getting him down. And, you know, Lebanon has had their positives tonight. I mean, they've shown improvement from last year. As this time of the season they were 1-3, and now they are 2-2. And yeah, during our interview with Coach Christian, he's noticed some improvement for sure.
Eagles have a 1st and 10 now at the 50. McKnight's going to drop back and try to use his arm. Now he stopped up and wrapped down for the sack at the 42-yard line. Number 26, Carson Hill, is credited with the sack there. Nixa loses some yardage.
And there, McKnight was just waiting a bit too long. Number 26 there was just kind of waiting for him to pass it, but you know, he could tell that he wasn't planning on passing it anytime soon. Was just waiting for someone to go open, and took the opportunity there for the sack. Here comes Nixa's offense, ready to go with a 2nd and long.
Second and 16 now. Here's a handoff to McCaster, and he is tripped up as the defense won their blocks there. And he gets a 4-yard gain. 3rd and 12 for Nixa.
And so far, Lebanon has had a decent defensive drive here. They've been able to cut Nixa short, but Nixa has done quite well this night on offense. So will Lebanon be able to get the stop here? We will see.
McKnight sends McCaster out wide. 3rd and 12. Knight drops back. He's looking deep to Mabe, who's wide open, and he will haul it in all the way to the crib. Touchdown, Carter Mabe.
And there's that connection that we've seen between him and Mabe. That is Nixa's 7th touchdown of the night, and I believe that was my score prediction, 49-14. Nixa has just been absolutely dominating this game, and I thought Lebanon could have had a chance there as their defense had shown some of that momentum there, but McKnight was just able to hurl it down and make that amazing connection there with Mabe.
And we saw Mabe there hit a little bit of a Heisman there. That's his 5th touchdown on the year for him, as he is making his name well known, being Nixa's leading receiver so far. Flag on the play on the extra point. See what that call is from the Whitecap. Encroachment on the defense, and Nixa will try again. Came Key will do it again, and same result. The kick is good. Nixa now leads 49 28-7. 2 minutes left in the first half. Man, Nixa's just been dominant tonight. There's a look at quarterback Adam McKnight. He's been able to sling the ball around and find his receivers. Had some great passes for touchdowns tonight.
Yeah, we've had a lot of amazing breakouts this game. McKnight being able to sling that ball. McCaster with 5 touchdowns. Owen Luck with his first touchdown of the season. And Carter Mabe with his 5th touchdown of the season. Like Brady said, hitting that Heisman pose. And Randy Flint with 2 interceptions. Nixa has had quite the night tonight.
Good vibes all around here at Eagles Stadium. If you are an Eagles fan, they are putting on quite the dominant performance here against the Yellow Jackets. This one's hauled in the end zone. He's going to follow some blockers and get just past the 20-yard line. Lebanon's offense just has not been able to get any source of movement down the field ever since that first drive. I just don't know what they can do differently. And the run game, Nixa's just shutting down immediately. The pass game, Randy Flint's got 2 interceptions. What do you think they got to do here?
They just got to get some points on the board, restore a little bit of that dignity that they've lost there. I mean, they've been stopped so many times, and Nixa's offense has just been running through their defense.
Here's a good run now from Lebanon up to the 28-yard line. That'll be 2nd and 2. There's a good positive gain for the Yellow Jackets there.
And there's what we like to see, Lebanon showing those signs of improvement. I mean, there's definitely been some positive moments in there for them, and it's definitely hard when you're playing, a great team like Nixa, one of the best in the state, arguably the best in the state, but in some ways, they've held their own.
Play clock winding down to 5. Lebanon's got to snap it here, and they will. It's just a run up the middle, and he is dragged back by the Nixa defensive flip front. Caden Flood, the main one there on the tackle.
And that is another 3rd down. Oh, sorry. Lebanon was able to get the first down, and I thought they marked him short. But another pro here for Lebanon, having little wins here, winning some battles with less than a minute, and then we will go to halftime where Lebanon will get the ball.
40 seconds left in the first half. Lebanon's going to hand this one off again, and he breaks loose, but eventually dragged down by Max Nickel as the clock continues to wind down in the first half, now under 30 seconds.
And I believe that they might be using the turbo clock here as Nixa is up by 42. Running that clock down with now 12 seconds left. This will probably be the last play of the first half.
It's going to be a run out right on the QB keeper, and he will be brought down now, and that will do it for this first half of high school football. Nixa leads 49-7 here at the end of the first half. Man, they've looked great tonight, looking like that all-state team everyone believes them to be. We're going to get an interview here with Coach John Perry. We'll send it down to DK.
Here at Eagle Stadium with Coach Perry of the Nixa Eagles, up 49-7 at halftime. Coach, you enjoying homecoming so far?
Yes. What is this?
Filet.
I like those.
Thank you, Coach. We do have the tropical night here from the student section. Coach, what do you like from the student section coming out on homecoming?
You know what, man? Like we told them in there at the PEP assembly that we got the greatest student section in the state of Missouri. It's absolutely fantastic. The energy is transferable to us. I think our guys played great because of them.
And with that, your guys playing great. Do you think they're playing up to their state rank potential finally?
I would think that it's been a very good half and that we played really well, pretty close to what we want to look like.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck on the second half.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, DK. And I'm sure Coach Perry is in a very good mood here. He's looking to the booth now. Brady Richard, Carter Zaromsky. Nix has been very dominant in this first half, Carter. What do you think Lebanon maybe has to do? Just get some momentum, just try to do something here on offense.
They definitely got to try to score here as they get the ball back at the second half. Push through, definitely try to, use that power offense there. Just get those little bits of yards and inch up the field slowly but surely, and try to get some points on the board to restore some of that dignity.
Yeah, and just what do you think about Nix's offense? They've looked so dominant tonight. McCaster scored 5 times. Owen Locke had that good catch. Carter Mabe down there. Just you think that. What do you think they take on from this game and bring into the later parts of the season? This is a game where you can kind of experiment things.
Yeah, McCaster is definitely a very efficient option to score. He's had 5 touchdowns tonight. And our receivers, they're definitely something to look out for. You got Carter Mabe, Owen Locke, Scholar Brown. That is one of the best, if not the best, wide receiver core in the COC. And not to mention other players like Jax Adams, Graham Kubik. They do a great job there. And our O-line does such a great job blocking with Jackson Cable, Hayden Mays, Hunter Jensen, Jameson True. Everyone up there does a great job winning those trench battles.
For sure, Nix's offense has looked very good tonight, along with that defense, that defensive line specifically. Finally has been able to stop the run. We've got the band performing here. The next 18 minutes, it's going to be halftime. You'll watch them perform the Nixa Crimson Core. You'll hear from me and Carter, and the rest of the game will resume in just a little bit. We will be back.
Nixa High School is proud to present drum majors Wyatt Adkins, Manny Januki, Kinsey Gifford, Dalton Jones, and the 2025 Nixa Crimson Corps performing NYC Concrete Canvas. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2025 Nixa Crimson Corps. From the props to the sounds to the marching, fantastic job. Don't forget, they'll be in Friday they'll be in Ozark at 3:20. At the Ozark Marching Festival, the band will perform tour of 3:20 for their final and in the finals competition. The band would like to thank Legacy Trucking and for their continued support for Nixa Band program. Of course, if you're interested in learning more about the band program, including how to be part of the band of boosters, please visit nixaband.net. You can also follow the band on social media at Nixa Bands. Stick around, they will be performing again in what we call our fifth quarter music review. Fantastic. The Crimson Corps, ladies and gentlemen, of Nixa High School. They get better and better every year. Coming up soon to the band clears will be the dance team, Nixa High School dance team. Coming up here in about 2 minutes. Correction, the band will perform Saturday in Ozark. It is Saturday. They will travel to Ozark High School to compete in the Ozark Marching Festival. They compete at 3:20 and then again in the finals competition, which they will always do well there. Again, Saturday, 3:20. Nixa Crimson Corps. And now, ladies and gentlemen, help me make welcome to the field the Nixa High School dance team, the 2025 and 2026 dance team, head coached by Kayla Warner. This group grows every year, and they do a fantastic job. Let's meet them. Captain Maddie Ganucci. Captain Hannah Shores. Co-captain Scarlett Lair. Co-captain Briley Welch. Spirit captain Maggie Flynn. Spirit captain Sophia Savage. Dance team Lauren Ahern. McKenna Capon. Annabelle Clark. Macy Herring. Tessa Kepley. Ella Lindsay, Brylan Molachek, and McKenna Thebe. Ladies and gentlemen, the Nixa High School dance team.
Six, 7, 8 M's in my bank account, yeah, in my bank account, yeah, cash out, cash Nigerian hair. Don't you compare me, 'cause there ain't nobody near me. They don't see me, but they.
Ladies and gentlemen, there they are, the 2025-2026 Nixa High School dance team, Captain Maddie Gaducci, Captain Hannah Shores, head coached by Kayla Warner. Fantastic job, ladies. I tell you, they get better and better every week. And coming up shortly, we're going to have some video cams, so you want to make sure that you got your smile on, you got your flex on, and Dad's warm up. It'll be the most awkward dance you're going to do all night. The awkward dance coming up shortly. Of course, the Nixa Live broadcast crew doing a fantastic job. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you to Austin Orthodontics for sponsoring our Smile Cam. Now, if you see the smile or if you see the camera on your face, make sure you smile. Don't cover it up with Nixa. That's a good-looking hat. There's a smile. Look at that guy. Couple of good smiles. Couple of happy kids. All right, guys, let's see you smile. There it is. Show those teeth. And now we need all of the UFC bodies, not the KFC bodies. It's the Rage Fitness Flex Cam. Again, all UFC bodies, not KFC bodies. Here we go. Let's see those guns, guys and gals. Look at those guns. There they are. There are the guns. Look at those big guns. Let's see it, Dad. There's some guns. Hey, thank you, Rage Fitness, for the Flex Cam. Now, we need all KFC bodies, not UFC bodies. It's the awkward dad dance. Dads, let's see what you got. I can't tell you that it's going to be good, but it's going to be awkward, I'm sure. Oh, look at that guy. That's pretty good. Come on, awkward dads. This is your chance. Oh, here we go. Yeah, yeah. That's pretty awkward right there. There you go. Come on, one more before we call it. There you go. There you go. Hey, good job, dads. Good job, dads. Thank you for your dad dance camp. Mr. Burns, I tell you, he's got the moves. Hey, thank you, dads. I'm not sure that was good. I can promise you that that was awkward. Give yourselves a hand. Coming up second half. Eagle Football 2025.
If you have to be pushed, you don't have it. If you've got to be told, you know, this, you might not have it, man. But if you do have it, and it's something that you do want, you're going to have to love playing anything. Because that's the level of the game, all right? There's nobody in the NFL that kind of wants to play football. These people dedicate their entire lives to these goals. And I'm getting it. You know, the field is tackle, moving up the sideline, 10-yard touchdown, Eagles. Made it way too long, floating in and out of consciousness, and they saying I'm back. I don't agree to that. I just take my time without it, but I still believe in that. I had someone tell me I fell off, I needed that, and they want to see me pick back up, but where I leave it at? I know I exaggerated things, now I got it like that.
Fantastic job, Nixa Live broadcast crew. I tell you what, they do a better and better every week. Coming up, second half.
Second half is underway. Nixa leads Lebanon 49-7. If you're just now joining us, I'm Brady Richard alongside my partner, Carter Zoronsky. Nixa dominated that whole first half. You can just tell by looking at the scoreboard. Jaden McCaster had 5. Randy Flint had 2 interceptions, and then 2 passing touchdowns to Carter Mabe and Owen Locke. But I think the real highlight is the defense here. They've played never before that we have seen so far this season. They've been at their best. Jonah Fields will start the second half with a boot down to the Lebanon 5-yard line. That is stopped near the 19-yard line there on the return was number 3, Joe Simmons. Carter, I mean, just any sign of life from Lebanon. What do you think they have to do here? We got the turbo clock rolling. Nixa's leading by 42. Just any signs of life, what do you think they need to do?
I mean, they got to score on this drive. They have to get at least 1 touchdown here because it is not looking good for them at all.
This is a pitch out right. That is stopped at the 15. Good tackle in the backfield. I think it was Ty Kellis was the first one there. And it'll be 2nd and 15.
And here comes Wyatt Mabe into the game. We've seen a lot from him with that clutch tackle versus Webb City. He's a great defensive player, and it's good to see him come into the game.
Second and 13 for the Yellow Jackets. Here's a handoff up the middle. That is going backwards. Weston Weldon able to drive back the halfback there, Carson Hill, for 3rd down and long.
And even with this massive lead at the start of the 3rd quarter, Nixa is still giving it their all, putting in all that effort no matter what. Just showing how good they really are.
3rd and 10 on Lebanon's first drive here in the second half. York is going to try to sling this one over the middle, and it will be ruled incomplete there on coverage. Was linebackers Jaden Russell and Max Nickel. And it's looking like Lebanon's going to punt it here on their first drive in the second half. Nixa gets the quick 3 and out there.
And things are not looking good for Lebanon to start the second half. Showing some signs of life was definitely what the goal was, and so far it is just not looking good after a quick 3rd and out there to start off the half.
And that punt will die around the Nixa 40-yard line, and we're going to send it to the sideline with Zoe Ward. Oh, my God.
I'm Zoe Ward here at the Eagle Stadium. I talked to many players recently, and they all have the same goal as they want to win the championship game. But many of them had many accomplishments along the way. So let's see what these Eagles can do. Back up to y'all in the booth.
Thank you, Zoe, from the sideline there. Nixa takes over at the 40-yard line as they've got the backups in here with their dominant lead. Peyton Cheney is in at quarterback. This is a handoff to Adams, and he's going to move forward for a decent gain there up to the 44-yard line.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity for those JV guys to show out at varsity. You see a lot of them out there, and they're still making forward progress against a varsity defense. That just shows how good depth Nixa has going into their football roster.
Second and 5 for the Eagles. They're just going to run the play clock down here. No need to hurry, and it's another handoff to Adams, who's going to get a quick burst of speed up the middle and get the first down and more. To the 45-yard line now is the Eagles offense.
Adams has always been a great running back. He's shown out for Nixa a couple plays, especially in that game. I believe it was, versus Webb City when McCaster was seeing some tightness in his leg. Him and Joshua Ford were able to show out, and he's Nixa's third leading rusher with averaging about 20 yards per game.
Eagles now in Lebanon territory. It's another give to Adams, and this one's not going to go anywhere. Maybe a yard on that carry for 2nd and 9 for Nixa. Lebanon's defense just not able to stop those starters today, specifically Jaden McCaster. Me and you were talking before, and that's one of the things Lebanon was going to have to do tonight, and that was stop the run. They just were not able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, letting up a couple touchdowns from a running back is one thing, but letting up 5 is a whole other thing, and that definitely shows that your defense needs signs of improvement, even with a running back such as Jaden McCaster.
And Adams gets a good rush here, but a flag was thrown in the backfield, so we'll check up on and see what that is. That was a pretty decent run from Jax Adams there. Look
Illegal
towards the white cap.
procedure on the offense. 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Still 2nd down.
It was maybe an illegal shift there on the offense. So it will stay 2nd down for Nixa. And I think it's going to be 2nd and 14.
It can definitely be hard for those JV kids playing there on varsity. Definitely some mistakes that can be made there, but I mean, being up 42, those penalties don't matter as much.
Nixa will now be at their own, or at the 50-yard line. 2nd and 14. As there's a little miscommunication there, and Cheney is going to get brought down deep in his own backfield. I think he was trying to hand it off there, maybe fake it, but they ran into each other and decided to take the safe route. And it will be 3rd and 16.
Yeah, like Brady said, there definitely a little bit of miscommunication. Adams was facing one way, Cheney was facing the other, and now they're faced with 3rd down. So this will be a chance for Cheney to maybe show off his arm, or for Adams to show off his speed.
Third and long for the Nixa offense. They're just going to give this one to Adams again. He's going to find a hole outside, dragged down by Cameron Rose, just past the 50-yard line, and Nixa's punt team will head on to the field. Jonah Fields is averaging a good amount of yards every punt. You know, he's got that big leg of his. I believe it's around 40. Expecting him to do the same thing here.
And in a field position like this will set Lebanon quite a bit back here, and this will be a chance for JV's defense to show out here. With stars, such as Jaden Camp, he's been very dominant. I've been to a few of the JV games, and he is absolutely amazing for them.
That is a beautiful punt from Fields there. Pins them deep in their own territory. Got the number here. Averages 53 yards a punt, and that one was nothing short of that as well. Just here to give a quick shout out to Mr. Edwards. He was helping out with the student council and that whole homecoming court ceremony pregame. So shout out to him for organizing all of that and making sure it all went flawlessly and well there. Did a great job with that. And congratulations to Brody O'Connell and Kinley Sunday for winning homecoming king and queen. Here's a pitch out left, now moving upfield, following his blockers, and moves out of bounds on the far sideline, but not before a good chunk of yardage past the 30, up almost to the 35-yard line.
And Lebanon now showing a little bit signs of life. Most of the varsity defense is still on there, as we saw Hunter Jensen come out onto the field. But Jaden Camp is out there, like I mentioned, absolutely amazing for the DB. I saw him have a couple of pick sixes in their game versus Joplin.
York's going to keep this one himself and get to the 39 on a decent gain there. 2nd and 5 as this clock just keeps on ticking now, down to 3 minutes left in the third quarter.
Here comes Lebanon offense with a 2nd and manageable, definitely showing a little bit more signs of life in Nixa, letting the JV guys get some reps in. And we'll see if those mix of varsity and JV guys can get the stop here.
York's going to drop back, look to pass here. He's looking deep to his man number 1, Brody Shoemaker, but that's over the head of everyone there. In coverage was Jaron Davis and Reed Wilson. 3rd and 5 for Lebanon now.
Lebanon's going to have to be pretty aggressive if they want to put some points on the board, but it's very hard to control throws like that. It was quite overthrown there. So if they attempt some more scary passes like that, that could surely result in another interception there.
Third and 5. York's just going to hand this one off to the left side, and he's going to move forward, get some more yardage there up to the 50-yard line and get the first down for Lebanon.
And I can see quite a bit of sophomores out there getting some reps in. I see number 90, Brennan Baker, number 35, Jaden Camp. A lot of those guys who have been absolute dogs on JV finally getting their moment here. And even though Nixa is up 49-7, being on varsity there is still a major accomplishment.
Pitch out right now. Gets around the edge and eventually tripped up by Reed Wilson. Kyson Gress on the carry, the sophomore there. Gets some yardage for the Yellow Jackets, 2nd and 8.
Lebanon slowly but surely inching up there, getting some of that lost dignity back, showing some signs of life here against Nixa's defense.
Dropping back to pass now. He's looking down the field to his receiver, and it is hauled in near the 10-yard line. Good catch there for Lebanon. Beckett York on the pass, hauled in by Joe Simmons, the wide receiver senior, and he's their leading touchdown scorer there. He's got 9 on the season.
That was a great catch. Very well controlled deep ball there by York. Able to get it directly to the wide receiver, and he is able to perfectly bring that in.
Here's a handoff up the middle, but you know, York's got that deep ball in his arsenal. He's shown off his arm, just not able to get many completions tonight. As that will take us to the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a break here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Back here now, fourth quarter is just about to start. Lebanon's deep in Nixa territory, trying to find any spark here, and maybe they can. It's 2nd and 4. They've got a shot at a touchdown now. Beckett York is under center. It's going to be a handoff up the middle. He's going to move right and get some okay. It's an okay gain there. Carson Hill on the carry.
And Lebanon has shown some more signs of life, bringing the score closer to my score prediction of 49-14. And then if they do score here, we will see some of that JV offense action with Peyton Cheney, Jack Adams, maybe see a little bit of Joshua Ford in there, another great running back.
Up the middle now, and he's going to find his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Yellow Jackets. Carson Hill in there for the score. They finally get on the board now after a long drought. Scored on the first drive for them, and they just now are able to score again.
And here is the kick for the extra point to cut the lead down to 35.
On the kick is Rhett Rhodes. Snap, hold, and the kick is good for Lebanon. That will make the score 49-14. And we're going to send it down to sideline reporter DK Nelson.
I'm DK Nelson here at Eagle Stadium in Nixa, Missouri. The Eagles are up 49-14 going into the final quarter of this game. The Eagles are looking to go home with a win on homecoming, going into the homecoming dance tomorrow as well. Thank you. Back to you guys in the booth.
Thank you, DK. The sideline report there. Just over 11 minutes left in this homecoming football game for the Nixa Eagles. Even though it's a blowout, lots of Nixa fans staying in attendance. Watch their team put on a good show tonight. Rhett Rhodes is the man kicking the ball off for the Yellow Jackets. Here's a boot down. Nixa's got to field it, and a flag there. Kind of a weird play on the sideline there, but I think it's going to be kicking out of bounds. Someone's got to jump on the ball quicker, and Nixa's going to get some good field position from that. It might be illegal touching from Nixa. He might have went out of bounds first. We'll see what the referee says. Looks like they're figuring things out. And looks like it's going to be on Lebanon based on that signal.
And here for the backfield, we have quarterback Peyton Cheney and running back Joshua Ford. Very great at track and also great at football, extremely speedy.
And the handoff will be straight to him as he gets a couple yards there. 2nd and 7 now for Nixa.
And the Dirty Birds are still here, even though it's a blowout, and they're still here to support their Eagles, and it definitely means a lot for this Nixa team. Just shows how strong the culture is here. And even with this blowout, when Nixa is still here to support, their JV guys. And once again, Ford and Cheney in the backfield, 3 receivers.
Handoff Ford once again, quick burst of speed and taken down, but he gets the first down first. And Nixa will have a new set of downs here at the 46-yard line. This clock is just going to keep on winding down. Nixa is near midfield now.
That's some great vision there from Ford. He was able to find that hole and have that burst of speed there for the first down. It was an absolutely great job there, able to just make those quick moves, cut through, and get the first down.
Cheney to take the snap. Now it's just another handoff to Ford, who follows his blockers up to midfield here at the 50-yard line. Second down now for Nixa. 2nd and 5 to be exact.
And Joshua Ford is looking great out here. He's able to find those holes and use his amazing speed to get through there. And it's great to see him play every once in a while because he is great. We saw him in that game versus Webb City. He and Jax Adams exchanged reps in place of McCaster. Both of them are definitely varsity caliber for sure. And it is definitely going to be very exciting to see Adams and Ford play together next year.
Cheney on the screen pass out left will be enough for the first down as he moves out of bounds.
And the throw is to number 9, Jameis Thornton, which will get Nixa the first down with 8 minutes, 41 seconds left on the clock.
Cheney is just going to give this one to Ford again. And not much doing with that one. Maybe a 2-yard gain there up to the 41-yard line.
And Ford is just able to keep punching through Lebanon's D line as the game slowly but surely runs out. And you see a lot of players out there who are great for JV getting their opportunity on varsity. It's great to see Nixa's future stars out there getting some early experience in.
Ford once again. They're going to ride the tailback here up to the 35 for 3rd down for the Eagles. 3rd and short.
And Nixa's JV offense has been slowly but surely carving through Lebanon's defense here with a 3rd and short in Lebanon's territory.
This one's kept up the middle, looking for the first down. He's close. Let's see where the spot is. Seeing the 4th down signal from the line judge, and it will be 4th and maybe inches for the Eagles here.
So far, it looks like Nixa will be going for it here. It's very short. Any play will do to obtain the first down.
There are whistles from the referee. And they're going to look at this spot one more time. And it will be a first down for Nixa. It looked very close there, and they will just give it to the Eagles there, as they will pick up the first down now on Lebanon's 33-yard line.
And Nixa's offense is chugging along here with around half of the 4th quarter remaining with the turbo clock.
Ford once again moves behind his blockers up the middle to the 28. Hunter Fleur on the tackle there for the Yellow Jackets.
Here comes another play here. The clock slowly running out, giving Nixa some opportunities here to let everyone play. And if time permits, Lebanon might be able to go back on the field.
There's another Nixa handoff from number 23, Logan Willenborg, the sophomore running back, now getting some time on the field. 3rd and 4 for Nixa.
And Lebanon has definitely held their own. They've had some battles here and there. They've good on their pitch plays, good at setting some of those outside run plays, defense. But overall, Nixa has won the war.
There's a handoff for no gain. 4th and manageable for the Eagles. We'll see what they do here. Imagine they'll just go for it, as there's no point in not. And the offense will stay on the field. 4th and 4 on Lebanon's 27-yard line. Hard count now, looks to the sideline. Cheney's just going to keep this one on by himself, and he will be well short of the first down. And it will be a turnover on downs for the Nixa offense. Lebanon takes over and sets up shop around the 25-yard line, and there's a stop from the Lebanon defense.
Here, Nixa has a pretty much entire JV JV defense here, letting everyone get their opportunities. And so far, if the clock just runs out, my score prediction will be correct for this game. Overall, the first half was definitely very exciting to watch, seeing Nixa have such great success. In the second half, it's been going slowly but surely. But seeing the JV guys get some reps in brings me just as much joy.
Carson Hill, no gain there. 3 minutes left in the 4th quarter. Make sure this clock's just going to keep on running, so make sure you stay tuned post-game. Player of the games on offense will be Owen Locke, and on defense, Randy Flint. Locke hauled in his first touchdown of the year, and Flint had 2 game-altering interceptions. One was an insane snag on his helmet. If you want to donate to Nixa Live or just support us in any way, we're going to throw up a QR code on the screen, or look up nixa.red/nlive, and you can donate to us. Batteries, headsets, cameras, anything helps us out. We appreciate the support, and it will help us make a better stream for you guys. Once again, there's the QR code, or nixa.red/nlive. Here's a QB keeper now from Owen Jones. And it's going to be 4th down now for Lebanon.
And it looks like they will be going for it. They don't really have much to lose here with 1:43 left on the clock, running out of time. Here is the 4th and long.
Pitch out right. Quick burst to speed up the field, and then we'll get the first down and more. Spinning off tacklers up to the 46, maybe the 47-yard line there. Good run from Isaac Kelm. That's his first carry of the game, the sophomore running back.
Now with 1:08 left on the clock, this game is very close to being over. Like Brady mentioned, the offensive player of the game will be Owen Locke, and the defensive player of the game will be Randy Flint.
Dragged down near the sideline by Cruz Bledsoe, and we're just now under a minute now. One more play maybe, and the clock will just wind out. Nixa will come up on top here. Dominant performance from them for sure. The offense really came alive there on the ground game, established it, and then they were able to use the passing game
and got some scores there as well. Here's a quarterback keeper right, and he will get the first down, but this clock is just going to wind out, and Nixa will pick up the W here in week 5. They will move to 5-0 on the season. They win this one 49-14. Once again, players of the game will be Owen Locke on offense and Randy Flint on defense. They were incredible tonight. Whole team was incredible. And good showing from them overall. We're going to have some highlights here, interviews from DK and Zoe, and then we'll be back to sign off for
Ladies and gentlemen, the fireworks brought to you by United Plumbing. Thank you.
I'm Zoe Ward here with Randy Flint. How did it feel to get 2 interceptions tonight?
It was awesome. Energy was great. I just felt great the whole time. It was great.
Yes, we loved watching that. How did it feel when you got to pin the ball to your helmet?
When I what?
When you pinned the ball to your helmet, like what did that mean to you?
I thought I was gonna drop it. I was like, oh my God, she's gonna drop this ball, but I got it, so it's cool.
Yes, well, yeah, it really did. Well, thank you so much tonight. You did amazing.
Well, thank you.
I'm DK Nelson here at Eagle Stadium in Nixa, Missouri. Owen, the homecoming queen and king were crowned earlier in the night, but you are crowned offensive player of the game. You had a big touchdown catch, first one of the season. How's that feel when you get in the first one?
It feels good. You know, I've been working hard. The team's been working hard, and it's starting to pay off. You had a good game tonight.
Yeah, and first catch, also a big one, laying out. What's the energy after the catch on the sidelines on a big play like that?
Man, my teammates hyped me up. The coaches, Coach Medley, you know, we all work hard, so everyone on the sideline, it gets hype, you know, and it drags across the whole team, so it's good.
Thank you, and good luck on the rest of the season. Thank you guys.
Those two players, Randy Flint, Owen Locke, both helping out the Eagles a ton tonight. Whole team played amazing. Make sure to tune in next week. Nixa visits their rival Kickapoo. Lots of bad blood there in basketball, and maybe it'll translate to football. You'll never know. So just want to say thank you from Brady Richard, Carter Zaromski, producer Jordan Burns, assistant producer Aiden Hopkins, and the rest of the Nixa Live crew. We want to say good night and thank you for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
It is always an honor to share the field. I tell you what.
Services is ready to install your ultimate game day upgrade. Make your home the MVP of your neighborhood with Gemstone Lights. Create custom patterns, animations, and colors. Get Gemstone Lights today and take your outdoor lighting game to the next level.
Don't get nervous, call their services today.